Here's what happened round 18 of the FIA Motocross World Championship in Italy, Maggiora. The MX2 ramp qualifying race. Liam Everts, title contender, went down with his teammate Sasha Coonan through the first turn as Andrea Adamo, the championship leader, emerged inside the top 10. Camden McClellan led the way from Geerts and Thibaut Beniston. Beniston tipped over, Langenfelder lucky not to go down with him as Valerio Latta emerged in third place. But that didn't last long for the wildcard. Everts rejoined the race. And then just halfway around the first lap, Latta lost the front end on a downhill. He would eventually come home in a very respectable 12th place, though. Isaac Gifting had this scare down the hill that allowed Rick Elzinga to move into 7th. Gifting would eventually come home in 8th, despite losing a couple of positions mid-race. Kai de Wolf, not the welcome return from injury that he wanted. He fell from 14th down to 23rd. Eventually came home in 19th. And then Everts, as he was challenging a slow rider ahead of him, he fell from 17th. He will go to the line in 17th. He did lose a handful of positions, though, as Langenfelder moved into 2nd with that move on Geerts. Sasha Coonan fell again. He will go to the line in 27th place. And Camden McClellan, with a lap and a half to go, he led by about 15 seconds. He went over the bars, took a handlebar into the rib cage, and he was pretty much down and out. He will be okay for the main race, though. But for the 4th time this year, Simon Langenfelder on the Red Bull Gas won the ramp qualifying race from Jago Geerts, Lucas Coonan, Andrea Adamo, Kevin Horgmo, Rick Elzinga, Rowan van der Moosdijk, Isaac Gifting, Emil Weckman, and then behind them, Thibaut Beniston. But at the top of the championship now, though, with Andrea Adamo arriving here with a 48-point advantage over Liam Everts. He now extends to 55. If he leaves here at the end of Sunday, 60 points clear, he will be world champion. Still a lot of work to do, though, here in Italy. In the MXGP ramp qualifying race, look from the centre of the gate. After taking 12th in the time practice and 12th gate pick, Jorge Prado knew he needed a good start, especially since Roman Febvre had first gate pick and emerged in about 10th place through the first turn. Albi Ferrato in pink was 2nd, Siwa 3rd, Geiser 4th. And then watch on the exit of turn 3, Geiser goes wide, gets better drive, finds his way into 3rd with this move on the rider in white. Jeremy Siwa to move into 3rd. Halfway up the hill, though, Maxime Renault had an issue. He tipped over. He came around at the end of the first lap in 33rd, but by lap 3, his race was done. All eyes on this battle for 4th, though, between Siwa and Febvre. Febvre did try for a few laps before eventually getting the opportunity on lap 3. Better drive on the first uphill put him into that 3rd place. Jeremy Siwa then fell again. He would eventually come home in 8th place behind Mattia Guadagnini. What about this for a pass? Downhill. Albi Ferrato on lap 5, squeezed past Jorge Prado, pushing him back into 2nd. And then Geiser had a go. Didn't get the drive there, but on the very next lap, the 5-time world champion did, on the exit of turn 2, muscle his way down the inside of Prado, who then was in direct line of Roman Febvre. But then Geiser fell on the uphill from 2nd to 5th. He eventually came home in 4th after finding his way past Ruben Fernandez. All the noise in this stadium-like atmosphere, though, belonged to Albi Ferrato, the SM Action Racing USA battery KTM rider, crossing the line with his first ever win in the MX2 or MXGP World Championship, his first pole, and it's an Italian on pole here in Maggiora. Prado goes to line 2nd and gains a point over Roman Febvre. That's crucial as well. Tim Geiser goes to line 4th, ahead of Fernandez, Villana, and Guadagnini and Siwa. And then behind them, Paul Jonas and Glenn Koldenoff. Here, this is how the riders line up for the main races on Sunday, of course, both races. But in the championship, what was a 67-point advantage is now 68. And again, if Prado leaves Italy 60 clear of Febvre, he is world champion.